What happens after we recover?
We just take the truck to. I stopped and bought some furniture from an unmarked civilian on the side of the street.
Okay, dude, let me interject this. I think you'll like this. You get access to Hatsune Miku. I'm just kidding. But
the way you say Hatsune Miku. Yeah, back to the game. We actually pee as Wei Shen. We pee on the coals and we smoke out Mr. Tong, and he falls.
The triad bonus.
He falls off the building.
He doesn't know the physics of his own game's shotguns and how pathetic they
that's
are.
why. Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the Game Play Along Club. Once again, we've got some Sleeping Dogs finale up ahead. But first, it's me, it's your boy, it's Tyler, a.k.a. Gray, a.k.a. Middle Gray, a.k.a. Ramen Slurp, and I'm here with my boy, Lil B Jolly.
Hey, what's up? I've been called that in, it's been like 20 years.
I had to throw it back to some physical science.
Yes. Was it
or whatever that subject was.
Earth science? I can't remember. My favorite nickname I was ever given as a child was from my physical science teacher, Mr. McFarland. Everybody called him Coach McFarland. Don't know why. He was not a coach.
Coach Mac.
Coach Mac.
He wasn't a coach.
He called me Muhammad Jali. I always appreciated the unique nicknames.
Inshallah.
Because everybody just, they think they're clever, but they're really not. Anyway, yes, I'm Brandon. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We're wrapping up some Sleeping Dogs today. At least the main portion of Sleeping Dogs, correct?
We're going to have one more episode to go over all the odds and ends and some DLC content. Remind me, did you finish the DLC content, or do you remember?
I did, but I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I just remember it being like spooky themed. There was a lot of games in this era that had like spooky, like Red Dead Redemption had an Undead Nightmare, and Infamous had its Festival of Blood, and it was like
that the Red Dead effect, do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'd have to see the order in which those were released. You know, I'm bad with dates and numbers, but
it definitely preceded Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we talked about Sleeping Dogs.
Which Infamous?
It was Infamous 2.
Okay,
it was in New Orleans. You know, New Orleans. You gotta put spooky stuff in New Orleans.
Fair enough. Well, buddy, you want to get into this, huh?
Yeah, let's.
You want to talk about Jackie?
Yeah, let's jump straight in. When we last left off, our next objective was to call Jackie. That was our mission. So we called Jackie. I'm gonna pull up my gameplay real fast. Just kind of scrub it over here.
Jackie, how's it going? Wei Shen says.
Yeah, I think we basically just called Jackie, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, meet me. I got this heist lined up, and we're gonna go steal. Was it jewelry from the 18K triads?"
That's right.
And so we go down to the docks. In this mission, I don't want to say it felt like filler, but it felt like more of an excuse for us to hang out with Jackie because he's obviously having second thoughts. He's kind of talking about like how messed up everything is, how being a Sun On Yi is nothing that he really like thought it would be. And it's kind of like standard mission fare. Yeah, we have a couple fast talks. We fight some goons. We throw them into table saws and into precarious situations.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this was an early game equivalent sort of mission. It's like it's a bit of a throwback in the sense that like it's very straightforward. We're going to break some laws until the end.
Yeah, you've played this mission already. Like, you know, the way it's sequenced. Now, here's a little gaming trope that comes up all the time whenever you have the option to choose like one of 4 containers or vehicles to search. What do? I always go to the furthest one, and then I work my way back to the closest one. But it obviously is like, it doesn't matter which ones you do, because you're probably just going to have the last one you pick is what's going to have the stuff in it.
I think so as well, because it was the last one that I opened. I don't remember which order I went in. If I had my hard drive here, I'd check my gameplay, but it was the last one for me, whichever one.
I went all the way to the furthest end and then cut all the way back, and it was the first one. I was like, I think it's not even like a chance. It's just they make you cut
whichever
all 4.
last.
And
one,
I think after you cut like the first one, some more goons come out, and you got to fight them as well.
You fight them with the little saw.
Yeah. Drake, where's the power saw? Wei Shen, where's the power saw? Oh, it's lodged in that triad's head right there.
Yeah, that's right. The grappler class. He has one in his spleen. You make short work of this little goon squad. and get on a bike and run after.
Yeah, you get on the bike and you have to do like an action hijack to steal the truck because Jackie gets in the truck and then they shove her in there and they're like they drive off and Jackie's like no, help. And so you have to get on your motorcycle. I had a glitch here. I don't know what it is with me and the glitches in this game, this playthrough. But I tried to action hijack onto this truck, and when I did, he like did the motion, like the animation, like he was, he kind of magnetizes to the vehicle when you do the action hijack.
If you get just the right moment when the green arrow shows up, they can crash, you can fly ahead, but Wei's still gonna make it.
Yeah, I did it. And Wei Shen jumps, like I had the green arrow and everything, and when I jumped, I just kind of clipped through the motorcycle and just landed on the ground. And nothing happened, so I had to get back on the motorcycle. Or actually, my motorcycle went flying off, so I stole a car, and I had to drive after it again.
Did you have... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had a couple other glitches like that in some other missions. Like we were talking about the wedding mission last episode with the rubber banding back to the cover that was behind me. That actually happened to me again, and I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Yeah, that... I had a couple different cover shooting glitches where I went to vault over, and I get flung back to the back of the stage. Not to a place that I was before, just like, it just shoots me back, like I'm like, and it's just like, yoink, you're going to the back of the line.
It throws you off too, like kind of disorients you because it happens so fast.
And this game also, it's because it's a GTA clone, it has that thing where like if you get too far outside of like some sometimes disclosed, sometimes undisclosed perimeter, you're at risk of failing the mission.
Yeah.
Which is always frustrating. We know this has been a conversation point for over a decade at this point, but so when it shoots me back, I'm always like, oh god, is it gonna cancel the mission or whatever? But it doesn't. And so what happens after we recover?
We just take the truck to. I stopped and bought some furniture from an unmarked civilian on the side of the street.
You have the space in the van, you might as well use it.
You ever see those guys? Are like, hey, I got this furniture set. You want to bring it to like? It's for all the different apartments you can furnish, but they're unmarked. So whenever I see them, I just buy them immediately. But it's like
I only did that like 3 times because they're unmarked.
Yeah, I was on the way with this truck, and I was like, oh, let's stop and pick up this this coaster set or whatever it was I was buying. But yeah, the mission comes to like an abrupt ending. Like we just deliver it to the people that we're pawning the stuff off to, and then the mission just ends. And then we get a text message from Ricky, who we had met outside of the meeting with Uncle Po when Winston went to go meet Uncle Po.
That's right.
That's Ricky. So Ricky sent us a text and said, hey, I want you to meet us at the K bar. So we're gonna go meet him. Which brings us to our next mission, which is intensive care.
That's right.
By the way, upgraded my Wei Shen, so he's got the leather jacket and the fancy clothes, but he's not too fancy. We're not suit fancy. Yeah. We're just kind of like gangster fancy.
Wei and Ricky are not the same person. They're different people. Wei he's a man of the street. Ricky is a man of boardrooms.
Yeah. We get to and Ricky is Big Smile Lee's guy, by the way. Mm-hmm. We get a phone call when we get to the K bar, and Ricky's like, hey, they're coming after Uncle Po at the hospital. You gotta get over here immediately. I'm trying to fight him off. I got no one. We need Wei Shen. So
you get there, dude, and these guys are slaughtering hospital staff.
Oh yeah, dude, this is worst case scenario.
Execution style.
These like we were talking about it. Like this is a game where guns are highly outlawed in Hong Kong, and I mean these guys are. It's like a war zone in this hospital. And
you wouldn't know that if. You wouldn't know that if your experience with Hong Kong culture is John Woo movies, for example, because everyone has a jacket that they pull a gun out of and they do like a Max Payne dive. So you would think it's a gun culture, but guys, it's not.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, if this game took place in like America, like if we were playing GTA 6 and we had this mission, be like, yeah, this makes sense.
It's Florida, dude.
Actually, let me get my shotgun out of the trunk of my vehicle real fast.
Go to the Kmart, pick up another bazooka. Yeah.
Kmart, the blue light special on RPGs.
The blue light special.
But I like this mission. It's pretty action heavy. It's mainly gun focused. But you're like running through like these big rooms with like MRI machines and stuff. I mean, it feels like you're in a hospital. And we eventually meet up with Ricky in Uncle Po's room, in one of those situations where it's like, man, I don't know how they didn't shoot each other walking through that door so fast, Yeah. And Ricky, this is where I start to like Ricky a lot. This poor guy, he's like, dude, Uncle Po's on life support. We gotta keep the generators running. Like, I need your help. I got no one. And then you're just kind of like this. You're kind of like going back and forth in this hallway. I actually really like this section a lot. The way they're continuously flanking you from a bunch of different sides, and there's tons of gunfighting going on in this mission.
That's what this mission is. It is a gunfight mission. Is there any hand-to-hand combat outside of what
Not
you may
really.
choose to do by dropping
your
your gun?
You just tackle the first dude in the front door, and there's guns from there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to fight him with your fists, but I don't think it would go very well.
No, I don't think so. I tried doing that once when I ran out of ammo, and I was like, I gotta get a gun somewhere. So I started fighting them, and quickly got my buns handed to me.
You can keep a pistol. If you get a pistol, you could actually hold down the pad and holster it like in your pants, and then you can just.
Does that work mission to mission? Is it like
what's
the term? Like contiguous or whatever? But that's not the right word.
I know what you're trying to say. Man, what's continuity? Continuous. Anyway.
I don't know. We need Willy Wonka. Help, Willy.
I'm not. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, we keep fighting. We get to do the little hack mini game, and I was like, yes, this is my moment to shine. I love this mini game. We gotta save Uncle Po.
Check it out, Ricky.
I was motivated, dude. I was motivated to help Uncle Po. In Wei Shen's battle for his triad self and his police self, I'm more on the triad side with him, because we're growing kind of attached to these characters. So at the very end of this mission, that's when Ricky is like, man, thanks so much, for being here. He's like, man, everything has changed. It doesn't feel like it used to. What happened to us? We're killing each other at weddings. We're killing each other in the hospitals. Like, for what? What are we doing?
Yeah. Which is a recurring gripe that people have in this game.
I want to bookmark this.
Characters.
I want you to remember this specific line that Ricky says about what happened to us, because we get the answer, but it doesn't tell you straight up. It takes a little thought to realize what did happen to make it this way. So just
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
So anyway, police show up and it's like, hey, we gotta get out of here.
Big police chase.
Yeah, we hop in Ricky's car. Yeah, we hop in Ricky's car. I don't know what happened. I died like 3 times at this chase. I just out of nowhere, I just blew up.
Weird. That's very odd.
Some of it was me being rambunctious, but I would hit something and it just would go boom, and it would say mission fail. So,
dude, one thing about this game, excuse me, and maybe this is more of like a kind of final review thought. There's no real challenge. It's like because Wei is like just the extreme competence in everything he does: gunfighting, fist fighting, car fighting, every fighting. Verbal fighting, he's the best. There's no difficulty, and there's no difficulty settings either. So I enjoy the.
They should have had a mini game where you have to have roast battles with people. Wei Shen's just roasting people.
You're talking about this is Danganronpa, dude. We got to get to some Danganronpa one day. Shucks on a cracker. I forgot what I was saying. Regardless, it's super easy. These protracted long kind of car chase sequences are fun. They're never difficult. You're not going to struggle in this game at all.
Yeah, and even if you fail, the checkpoints are very, very, very generous. Very generous.
Yeah, very generous.
Which is good for me because I had game-breaking glitches.
When you have the buggy situation.
Yeah, the boat, the dog eyes boat situation, it just started me right at the beginning of that chase.
Yeah.
There's actually a part later we're going to talk about. I was supposed to just jump on a boat, and I didn't run fast enough. And then it just started me right back where I was. Okay. So
we got Rick. We outrun the cops.
Yeah, we got Ricky. We drop him off. And now at this point, I didn't get a cue to go to the next mission. I actually had to go do some casework for Ting. And this is the case where you're going, a bunch of Sun On Yi triads are being found murdered, and their organs are being stolen. Like they have incisions, and it looks like a serial killer. And it turns out you end up tracing it back to the very hospital we were just at, and there is a guy, a surgeon who's working with the 18K triads, stealing organs from the Sun On Yi triads to sell on the black market. That is insane.
Dude, they're taking everything that we have.
That is
They're
insane.
coming for everything we have. It's not
dude,
enough they come for our jewelry. And our women.
Jewelry.
They gotta come for my kidneys too.
Dude, it's crazy, but like if you think about it, I mean, that shows you just how cutthroat these gangsters really are.
Dude, I want to update the broken nose Jang situation.
Oh, okay.
Still don't know why she's called broke nose Jang.
Oh, really? Did you read the files?
Yeah, I went back and read it again, and I read it and I was like, oh right, they don't say in the file why. That's why I didn't have an answer for you on the podcast last time.
They tell you what you actually need to know. They don't tell you like childhood nicknames.
But they what they did say about old broke nose is that the outside perception of her is that she murdered her way to the top, which I guess you could kind of apply that to all the red polls in a sense, but I think that they're communicating to us that she stands out in a particularly kind of devious, I don't know, assassin, or
she's got kind of like that Black Widow energy. She got that she's
while
playing it smart.
She
has to. She's a woman in a man's world in this particular situation, and she got to play the game different. She got to play it more deceptively. She got to play it a little bit more violently. I think that makes her a good character. We're gonna talk about Broke Nose again.
Oh yeah, dude. Broke Nose comes around.
So we're gonna go from intensive care out, and we did the casework for Ting, and we're gonna go do important visitor.
That's right.
Probably one of the worst missions in the game.
You didn't like hanging out with Franklin?
Who's it that calls us? Hold on, let me find out.
Is it Ricky? Ricky or
we
Sonny?
We had to go to sleep, and then we wake up, and that's when we get a phone call from...
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, dude, this was that... So we get the phone call. I guess it's either Ricky or Sonny.
It's Ricky. It's a text. He says, hey, are you ready to step up to the big time? We got a big celebrity gig for you. Meet me at Sonny Woe's. This is when we meet Sonny Woe.
This is an awful meeting. This Sonny Woe guy...
Dude, dirtbag...
He sucks worse than just about everyone else.
This is the kind of guy that
truly sucks.
Broken Nose Jang was warning us about.
Yeah.
She was like, this is what we're doing to make money, what this guy is. This is it. Right.
And that says something about old Big Smile as well, because this is the entanglement of his web.
I mean, look, a lot of these gangsters. So this guy, he's got his hands in a bunch of different pots. You know, he's a human trafficker. He's into prostitution. He's into adult filmography. He is into producing music and maybe Hollywood movies and otherwise.
Yeah.
He even talks about one of his people, like, oh, if she don't do good in this movie, then she's just going to the other stuff.
Yeah, we're putting her in porn or
we're putting
trafficking.
We're putting her in the bad stuff.
Dude, honestly, he's Andrew Tate before that name was in the cultural zeitgeist. Like, this character was one of the Tate brothers, a trafficker, like extorting people for money, exploiting people for money. This is an archetype of scumbaggery that's been around humanity for a long time.
I'd like to say, so he's talking about, you know, humans as objects, just saying the most nasty, disgusting stuff. But Ricky looks uncomfortable. Looks uncomfortable in this meeting, and then we have this like what's his name, King, the music guy, King.
I was expecting a Jaguar mask to go over his face at some point.
And he's gonna body drop Sonny Woe.
King is the goat.
But anyway, yeah. So we get in the car with King, and we're just gonna take him to the K bar. We're just taking him out of the town. That's all we're doing. Just taking him out of the town. So we go to the K bar, which is another karaoke bar, kind of like Club Bam Bam that we've been to before. We get to talk to King a little bit, and he's just like, yeah, that Sonny guy seems like a real jerk. But this King character does have his hands in some pretty not as like horrible stuff as Sonny Woe, but you know, he's making some moves. But we never hear from this guy
a big stepper,
ever again.
As they say.
Ever again. And yeah, this is the part where we have to like walk around the bar and do some fast talking and
do some karaoke.
Yeah, gotta do some karaoke. Sing some Steely
Russian.
Dan.
Yes.
Nothing like singing some Steely Dan for a hip hop artist surrounded by some intoxicated women.
Yeah.
This is the part where I found out if I move the joystick while I'm talking to people, I can move Wei Shen's head like astronomically fast while I'm talking to people. Like you see in my gameplay, I'm just
Wait,
moving
what's
his head
wrong
around.
with you?
He's like,
What happened?
He's like, hey, would you like to come hang out with me and my friend King? It's like, it looks so silly.
Oh yeah, of course. That sounds like a great time.
But you do get to meet one of the other girlfriend characters. I didn't do any of the girlfriend missions by the time we wrapped up, by the way. I'm going to do that on my next playthrough for
Fair enough.
our next episode, which we'll talk about at the end of this one. It's going to be like
Let
our
me
side
just say
quests
this
and
as a
miscellaneous.
tease for that conversation. The upgrades that you get through doing the girlfriend missions are so necessary and overpowered.
Really?
For, like,
I can't remember what they
game.
are.
Okay, well we'll save it. I'll let you see that.
I can't remember what they are.
Dude, it makes one facet of the game.
I know one of them's collectibles,
simple.
isn't it? Like you can see collectibles on the map.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that would have made my life a whole lot easier. Luckily, I have a phone. I can just Google it. I did end up Googling where the Jade statues were because I didn't feel like waiting to get all of them because there's that last move is really cool, like the windmill punch.
Well, dude, I'll just say this: the girlfriends,
man.
they make collecting Jade statues a lot easier. I don't remember which one it is, but one of them does.
So yeah, after the most awkward scene you've ever seen of this guy just watching Wei Shen do karaoke, he's like, all right,
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
just guys being dudes. And then, dude, there was this really just totally took me for a loop. Like, there's like this little camera, like photograph montage. It's like, and it's just so random, and it comes out of nowhere, and it stops in like 4 seconds. It just stops.
Okay, dude, let me interject this. I think you'll like this. So, since our sleeping dogs like conversation started, I went back. I decided to do some research into the origins of this kind of story, which is Hong Kong action cinema. So I've been watching John Woo late at night by myself on my phone before I go to bed. I'm just watching Chow Yun Fat sliding across the floor as things explode. They do that a lot in those movies. Mostly appropriate for this mission, but mostly in scenes where like characters are connecting, and usually two guys. That's actually a thing. So not in the gay way, and I don't mean anything by that, but that has been a way that people have read those movies. Like, these are stories being told about like two potential lovers or whatever like that. John Woo said that's not the case. In Hong Kong, masculinity and male relationships express themselves differently than they do in the West.
Sure.
So there's a little more emotional connection. But in those moments, they will do a screenshot of Chow Yun Fat being like
still images. That's wild.
Yeah, they'll do just like a boom.
Then I guess that makes sense because otherwise it just comes out of nowhere. It just comes out of absolutely nowhere.
It does in stinking A Better Tomorrow as well. Like, I was watching it and I was just like, I thought my phone bugged. I like went back 10 seconds and I watched it again. And then I watched The Killer, and they do it in that one as well. So I think it's just a part of his kind of cinematography.
That sounds like you've been having a good time watching those movies, though.
Dude, these movies all right.
Sounds like fun.
These movies are 35, 36. They're old, but they're so good.
I bet.
They're awesome. Hard Boiled, I'm watching it now for the first time ever.
Oh, man. I could go on about how we used to watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist at like sleepovers, and how that like really ignited like this interest in like old school kung fu. Before that, it was Wu-Tang.
Dude, for me, it was my dad showing me Bruce Lee movies.
Oh, nice.
I grew up watching like Enter the Dragon and that sort of thing. But yeah, this getting to experience that side of that sort of cinema history has been really exciting.
My love for kung fu came or like Hong Kong action style stuff came from Jackie Chan films that I saw on like TNT and Superstation, or it came from me getting some cultural osmosis through playing Def Jam Vendetta by researching who Ghostface Killah is and learning about the Wu-Tang and listening to their music and like Chinese shadowboxing. Anyways,
Very
let's
cool.
move on.
So
we beat up something.
I hope that context makes the king scene a little.
I think it does actually.
More sensible.
After that, we go outside. We beat up some thugs that are messing with our car. We go drop King off at the hotel, and then we move on to our next mission, which is Fast Girls. I believe this is another mission where we have to go meet Sonny Woe, and he's basically like trying to tell us about the glitz and glamour of the kind of stuff that he does, just making himself look like the most just greasy greaseball you've ever met in your entire life.
It's big money pimping, dude. He's literally big money pimping. It's not street level pimping with some, person who's strung out on the craziest drugs. It's pimping a international superstar.
Yeah, and that international superstar is Ricky's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's why he was so uncomfortable. And Ricky's like, hey, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go pick up Vivian. And then Sonny was like, no, you and me, we gotta stay and we gotta talk business. Wei Shen's here. He can just go pick her up. And then he makes some very horrible comments about like, oh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, take care of my merchandise or not. Implying that you can do what you want with this person. So anyway, we go pick up Vivian. She's been out shopping, and she has her friend, who is another girlfriend, I think, right? Isn't this like another girlfriend? So we're getting the girlfriends real fast.
She's awful though. I don't like this lady.
Yeah, no, I don't like her at all.
The friend,
I think there's the one. There was one of them I remember. I was telling you about. I was like, man. I remember it was either Wei Shen ends up being acting like a dirtbag, or one of the girlfriends acts like a dirtbag. I think it was this one.
Yeah, that would make sense. So all right, I don't want to get ahead. Let's talk about this mission because they reveal who this girl is, and it makes sense, dude. What's so funny?
Dude, my gameplay, I forgot to mention. There's a glitch. We go to pick up the girls in the car. And there's a lady behind the car holding up traffic because she just going in circles. She's just holding the wheel. It's just this little Asian lady. And she's just going in circles. And like they're having this serious conversation in the car. And all the cars in the back, she just keeps going around and around and around in circles. Even by the time they pull off, the camera kind of sits.
You can't share those stories because the stereotypes are stacking up in such a way that you seem incredibly suspicious.
Oh, dude. My wife came in while this was happening, and she looked at me. She went,
"I know."
She said,
"Like this is either your fault, but you have to put the blame on the developers."
Well, she asked me. She was like, "Is that supposed to be happening?" I was like, "No, that's a glitch." She was like, "Okay, I thought this game was being really offensive for a second."
No, anyways, I can speak. Hong Kong action characters can drive well. I've watched The Killer. They drive crazy. I gotta be honest. They're flying off of cliffs and stuff. It's all right. It's all right.
Anyways,
so she goads us into getting into some chicanery. This friend,
yeah. She basically goads us into going and do some street racing.
Yeah.
And
her ex-boyfriend
which if you're like us, if you're like me and Tyler, you're really good at it now because you've done all of them by now, probably. Because I did every street race. But you got to drive Ricky's car. Is it Ricky's car? Whoever's car it is.
It's Ricky's car, yeah.
We don't have our like really cool, super fast like cars, but it doesn't matter because we can just run these people off the road. It doesn't really matter.
I know, dude. Just slam them. So get your green turtle shell out. So we go to the race start. We meet. What's her name? Do we know the friend's name? Vivian's friend.
It's in here somewhere. I can't.
Sally.
Remember. I can't remember.
So we go to the race start, and
let's call her Pink
she introduces us. She introduces us to her ex-boyfriend or an ex, friend of some sort.
Yeah.
And he's just the biggest doofus of all time. He's like, "Oh, you think you could race? Blah 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 blah." And we offer the girls, and what, like $20,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're gonna carry them while you race?" So
he's like, "Oh yeah, extra weight," and then and
immediately I catch up to him and slam into him 3 times.
I love the part where Wei Shen is like, just think of it like a head start because Wei Shen's playing it cool because Wei Shen's our boy. Yeah. But then this guy's like, think of it like a head start.
Yeah, he cusses at him but it doesn't matter because we kill him.
Yeah, after we win the race, we have to evade the police. And it's Sandra. Her name is Sandra.
So close.
So Sandra says that you can date her, Vivian. It's so weird because they're all just standing right there, and Sandra tells Vivian that Wei Shen can call her And then Vivian turns to Wei Shen. It's like they're all just standing. Why didn't Sandra just tell him? Anyways.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that kind of person.
She's high maintenance. Like she's acting all snooty. I already don't even want to call her anyway.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's high maintenance, and because, dude, we have to go drop her off at her dad's house or something, uncle or something.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
The uncle?
It's one of the other red poles. I don't want. It's either Smile or Chin. She is blood related.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why she's so rich, because she was like, I'm going to this island. Yeah, Sandra, not Vivian. Sandra's like, oh, dude, she was telling the story about Sonny. She was like, I hate that guy. And Vivian was like, tell him. And she was like, when I was 16, I was at a party. And Sonny tried to, be untoward toward her as a 16-year-old or whatever. And Vivian goes, does she know who your dad is or whatever? And she was like, I don't think he knew at that point. And then you go drop her off at her dad or uncle. I don't remember who it is exactly. Their house.
Okay.
And so she's directly in line with these other goons.
Do you learn more
and
about that?
that's why she's talking about.
Like, do you learn more
she's
about
talking
that
about dating gangsters?
When you do the girlfriend mission with her, do you learn more about that?
Maybe it's the girlfriend mission that you drop her off. So sorry if that's a little bit of a spoiler, Robert De Niro.
Hey, you spoiled it for me. I gotta tell you didn't put a spoiler warning before you told me about it.
I wish I had a good Joe Pesci impression, but I can't
start
get there.
working on it. We could do the Pesci.
It's up here. It's
we could do the Bobby and Pesci show. Actually, I just went. I did both of them in one. I don't know what that was.
Well, for this kind of content, it's perfect. I don't know.
My clown, I amuse you. Let's go meet Broken Nose Jang for our next mission.
Okay, what
luck.
is she up to? Bad.
I always like it when we get to see Broke Nose. I like Broke Nose. I think she's great. And she's having some tea, sitting down having some tea in this random public park. I don't know where she got this kettle, this boiling kettle of tea, but I don't question. But she's like, hey, look,
a lady of means.
She's basically like, hey, look, there's going to be an election. I have a bad feeling a lot of this stuff's going to happen. We got to get Tu Chin out of here. Isn't that basically what she says? But she's like, he's superstitious. Just go to his house, mess up everything, but don't make it look like a break-in. Make it look supernatural. Like, do some crazy stuff. Get in his head. We gotta get him to stop.
This is so idiotic.
This mission is wild. We get to go meet a new character, Old Salty Crab, who drives this. He's an absolute slob. Yeah. And he's got like, this guy knows what he's doing though. He knows what he's doing. He's got like grease stained, nasty clothes. His car's all rusty and gross. But we have to go break into Tu Chin's house. And
dude, I think it's Tu Chin. I'm sorry.
Because Tu Chin's also blood related to Uncle Po, so that would just make sense.
When she said, she also said that her bedroom was in the folds of her dad's fat, so that would make sense. She climbs into his neck and sleeps.
Yeah, dog. It's like Jabu's belly.
That's right.
But yeah, we get to sneak in. This mission's it's okay. You get the absolute taunt of a jade statue right there.
Yeah. I didn't like this. It was just, it felt like an attempt to like change the pace of the game a little bit, because you basically are doing like one of four things.
You break some vases, and then probably the most interesting thing about this entire mission is you
throwing full combos at the vases.
Well, the most interesting part is when you get to go change the hour and the minute hand on the clock. It comes off the wall like it's on a hinge. It's like
an old Looney Tunes.
Yeah, but it's just like a clock. There's nothing behind it. It's just, why would it be on a hinge like that? It's really weird.
I love the silliness of that kind of stuff in these games.
I took a drink from his refrigerator. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that.
Brandon.
I stole, man.
Stole his money.
Yeah, this mission was not that good. I think it would have been better if maybe Old Salty Crab was explaining, like, maybe like a cultural reason why you're doing the things. Like, why is the minute hand and the hour hand on those positions? Why is that going to scare him? Why are we moving his piano over 3 inches? Like, if there's like maybe like a little history lesson during it, maybe that would make it more interesting. But other than that, it's really just kind of a boring mission.
Yeah, it seems like their thinking is just randomly clutter the place when he, like, in between him being there and leaving, and when he comes back, the movement of things, not in like a threatening way. Things weren't like well, I guess you do smash vases, but there's a difference between finding a horse head in your bed
Yeah.
and finding like a clock that's wrong and like a smashed vase. That's like what happened here. And for a guy like Tu Chin, I guess his name is. I don't think his name is Chin, but
Maybe it is. I don't know.
it might be. For a guy like that, because he's so superstitious, a non-threatening like change in his environment
to make it
is
even
enough
worse
to go make him go crazy.
Is after you get out of the mansion area, like you sneak back out and you do like a hack and you turn off the video cameras and all that stuff. He comes in and he's freaking out and he's all mad, but he's not like the guy with the horse head from Godfather. He's not like, ah, ah, ah. He's just like, how could y'all let this happen? I'm mad. And the mission just kind of ends.
I gotta say, when you screamed, you totally cut out. I hope it cuts out in the audio. You can input "I'm sorry" over that.
But yeah, that's the mission. That's it. You get an old Salty Crab's car, and then I think there's a part where old Salty Crab just makes kind of like some weird comments or something. He's like calling Wei Shen, like he's like, "Oh, man, you're a really good looking guy, Wei Shen."
I was about to say, yeah, like he's interesting.
But yeah, we call Broke Nose and we let her know what happens, and then we just go straight into our next mission. Which
we meet up with Sonny and Rick for the funeral.
No, this is Conflicted Loyalties.
Oh, you're right.
Conflicted Loyalties. This is the one where he's asking us how to go with Vivian. Do you want to be her new boyfriend? All this stuff. Sonny obviously doesn't take Ricky's relationship with Vivian seriously.
For a guy like this, like, sex is a part of doing business.
Yeah,
like,
no, he talks about it like it's just everyday chit chat. Like it's just,
going out for a lunch meeting.
Like there's no respect or honor behind anything this guy says. But we're gonna drive all the way to Vivian's apartment. And on the way, we get a text message. I gotta find it real fast. Here it is. Sonny says, "Oh, on second thought, give this B word the full treatment. Hack her computer, bug the place, and plant the cameras. He wants eyes on pretty much everything she does." And he doesn't tell you why. He just says, "I want you to put cameras up in an apartment. I want you to put stuff." And I don't think he tells you who it is, right?
Dude, that is such classic.
That's what it is. He doesn't tell you whose apartment it is. Then on the way, he's like, "Oh yeah, do the full treatment, do everything." Yeah. And that's when we get there and we find out, because Vivian and Ricky show up while we're doing it, and we're like, "Oh man, this is her apartment." And we realize that Sonny is about to film all the stuff that happens in private in this apartment, and Ricky and Vivian are about to enjoy their privacy as we're leaving. So like,
yeah, dude, I want to say this
total dirtbag.
This is exactly how manipulators move. They give you access to something that you would want, and from Sonny's perspective, Wei Shen would want Vivian. Like it.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
because he thinks everyone wants a piece of Vivian because she's like a supermodel.
She's a superstar.
Yep.
It's like you get access to Hatsune Miku. I'm just kidding, but
the way you say Hatsune Miku.
So he gives you access to something that's desirable, and then he says, as just a small favor, look, it's just a little thing. Could you also do this while you're there? And for everyone, besides the main character of the game we're playing, they go, I guess. I don't want to. I was just trying to have a little snack, but I guess I'll set up a webcam live feed to Twitch for these people. So Sonny sucks.
For Wei Shen,
he's truly one of the dirtiest characters.
Yeah, I think for the character study of Wei Shen, he's just doing this because Sonny Wo asked him to. He has to. Yeah. He's trying to get his foot in the door. He's trying to get dig even deeper into that underworld. And Sonny is, of course, Pendrew wanted us to do this as well. And Pendrew knows. Pendrew knows that Sonny is deeply, deeply connected. And if we can pin something to Sonny, we can take them all down.
Yeah, this is something that would be beneficial to all the parties involved besides Ricky and Vivian. So we go do it. We have to sneak into the apartment.
Wait a minute. I think
What's up?
we left out a key. We didn't. I don't think we mentioned that Jackie got arrested at the end of that heist mission.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's
That
the good part of the mission.
Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, at the end of that mission with the doc, the otherwise unremarkable mission,
Yeah.
Jackie had gotten arrested, and we were pissed. I think we went and met Raymond about it,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Hey, we let him go or cut him loose or whatever." Or was it Pendrew?
It was Pendrew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
met-
Pendrew gives him an ultimatum. He says, "If you do this, I'll let him go."
Yeah. So that's when we have to go meet up after this mission. That's why it clicked in my head, because after we see it's Ricky and Vivian's apartment, and we're pretty disgusted, we get a text message from Pendrew while we're doing that to go meet him, and we do, and we're like, "Why did you arrest Jackie? What are you doing?" And Pendrew's like, "Oh, clearly you've forgotten who you're talking to." He's like, "Forget about Jackie. You gotta." This is the part where Pendrew says something really slimy, where Wei Shen's like, Sonny just had me put a bug and a camera in Vivian Liu's apartment in her bedroom, and she and Ricky nearly caught me. And he retorts with, "Can I get a copy of that?" That's wild.
Yeah. He precedes that line by saying the dude has a reputation for this. Pendrew's gotten
He seems like he likes to dabble.
Oh,
little
dude.
bit.
So, all right, this is a tiny rabbit hole tangent, but I want to say there's this YouTuber that I follow, Benny Jordan or some. No, not the conservative pundit, but this guy has a similar name. Anyway, he does like a lot of tech investigation into like big tech companies and stuff. He's been doing one into these like surveillance systems that you see in like a Lowe's parking lot and stuff. You know those big poles with the
big
surveillance
bulb,
cameras,
like orbs.
Yeah, he's been doing these investigations into that. It's incredible journalism. I recommend it for everyone. Dude, what he found recently was that there were people I don't remember names, but people in the like higher ups in the company that owns that technology that have been just like casually spying on dance, like children's dance studios and stuff, and like just kind of casually checking in on local gyms and watching the people who own this technology are just like typing in their computer children dancing
People
and
like
watching
Pendrew.
it.
People like
Yes, in our real life world, this is happening.
Dude, look, I remember reading stories about the dark web whenever I was a kid, like whenever I was like very young. I didn't know, I've never been on the dark web and I never want to go there. But I remember reading about some of this stuff. And I remember like somebody said something about like, oh yeah, one time I clicked on this page, it was just a black page, and it was just squares, like we're talking on this software right now, just squares of webcams. You can click them, and it just looked like you could tune in to any kind of cam that was plugged in or powered, whether it said it was showing or not. And ever since then, like this webcam, when I'm not using this webcam, not only do I unplug it, like if I don't have something covering it, I unplug it. Like I've been like that since I was a kid, dude.
I do the exact same. I saw Mark Zuckerberg.
my phone is up. Like I got it over here. Like I don't want camera lenses looking at me ever, really.
I understand. I saw a video of Mark Zuckerberg, and not that you or I are doing anything that's worth spying on necessarily, but Mark had...
Except this great show that you should subscribe to.
Yes, please spy on this by going to our YouTube channel.
Go to the dark web and spy on this.
He had tape over his webcam, and it was spotted in a video interview. That wasn't the subject of the interview. But when I saw that, as like, I don't know if I was 19 or whatever, I was like, all right, what does that guy know? So ever since then, I keep a cloth, I keep something nearby. When I'm done with this, I throw it over the webcam. Just for, I don't know if it's superstition, maybe I'm too chin of this this show, but yeah, Pendrew, and we've known about this kind of like just disgusting kind of exploitative activity. This isn't something that's new or anything. It's just that this game nailed it with this guy, and showing his true colors.
Yeah,
So that's a good call, dude. I'm glad you shouted that.
Yeah, and basically Pindrew is like, hey, give me that video. It could be what we need to pin to throw the book at Sonny, and then I'll cut Jackie loose.
Yeah.
So we go through with it. Which brings us to our next mission, the funeral. That's when we go pick up. Actually, Vivian meets us at our apartment.
Yes.
And
this is a big moment.
Yeah, she says, "Hey, you've been really helpful to me and Sonny, and I wanted to thank you." And she grabs him by the crotch, and she is like, "Hey, I want to show you how thankful I am." And Wei Shen's like, "No," and then she's like, "You're the first person who ever said no." Further again, cementing how perfect Wei Shen is.
Which is something that is later brought up. So this is something to keep in the back of our mind.
Yeah, he's chivalrous. Wei Shen's a good guy. So we bring the video to Pindrew, and he says this should be all we need to put Sonny Woe away. And with Uncle Po dead, he's like, "How'd you hear about that?" He says, "Oh, good news travels fast. Don't worry about that. Let's remember that as well." And he says, "Now that this is done, you're free to go. You're done. Mission over. You can get out of here." And Wei Shen's like, "It ain't over yet. Like, there's a power struggle in the Sanai Yi right now." And he's like, "Dude, well, yeah, that means that they're seriously crippled, and this mission is a success." And so we don't know as the player, is Wei Shen really in too deep? Does he care too much about this? Because he's trying to tell Pindrew, he's like, Big Smile Lee's going to take over. And he is a loose cannon, and things will be worse than they ever were before. And this mission will have been not to stop all the bad stuff. It will exemplify.
It will help the bad guys. I mean, oh my God, is this not a recurring narrative in real life? We find that this dude has a very different idea of what success looks like through this mission. Is my point. Wei Shen wants to assist, I guess, in making the triad more of a, he's more of the Kiryu type of gangster, while being way, 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 way worse as far as like ethical, compared to Kiryu, but he's more in that vein. And he wants to like utilize this time, and we're talking about motivations here, not like, I don't know that this is dialogue based. But he wants to use this time to try to set the triad up, to put them in a place where they can help society, or if not topple it altogether. And so pulling out here and giving control to Big Smile, it makes all of this work pointless.
Exactly.
And it calls into question
Pindrew obviously doesn't
Pindrew's
care.
motivation.
Yeah, Pindrew just doesn't care. He's like, no, I'm the boss. I say it all looks good. Let's go. I returned the last jade statue that we got at Tuchin's house, and then there is like a cool little cutscene when you're talking with Sifu, the kung fu master guy, and he is telling you like how sometimes he can feel regretful because what he teaches could be he feels like he takes responsibility for whenever his martial arts that he has taught is used for bad, or if he feels good if it's used for justice, and then Wei Shen's just like, hey, you can't blame yourself for that. I mean, you just teach it.
Yeah,
so
he's like, I do take responsibility for my actions. And there was a really good line about justice. He was like, the people most committed to justice are often the ones who betray it the most, or something like that.
Yeah.
Which which is a very
now.
prescient point. And Wei Shen's response is something like, if I let that stop me, then
says,
I wouldn't get anything
He
done.
says, be careful, Wei. Those who seek justice are at the greatest risk of losing sight of it.
Yeah. It's that's a recurring theme.
I wanted some more time with this guy.
Dude, they've got to bring these characters back. I mean, it has to happen.
But yeah, we go pick up Jackie from.
Oh, dude, the dim mock though, what a great move!
The dim mock is good.
Unless you're fighting a boss and they just dodge it.
Yeah, no, and it's kind of hard to pull off too, because you get to the grapple and the
Y and B.
Yeah, at the same time, and sometimes it's like you miss one of them. Wei either goes like this, or you grab him. Oh yeah, we go to pick up Jackie, and he's basically like, "Oh man, there's this lady named Ting was trying to get me to flip, but I ain't no snitch."
Buddy.
And we're like,
yeah.
yeah. And so Jackie once again proving that he is just loyalty, man. There's a loyal friend. We go to pick up our
He's
suits.
loyal. He's a little naive, but not.
But he's loyal, man.
He is loyal. Yeah, his naivete prevents him from seeing the truth of.
And he always has,
Wei.
like, for the most part, well intentions for what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants to like look fly and have a girl, you know. And when he killed someone, it devastated him. He has very normal person motivations, and you know,
Yeah, and
it sucks to see a person like that in these sort of environments.
While we're on the drive from picking up our suits to the funeral, Jackie's telling us straight up, he's like, "Dude, I had a lot of time to think in there, and I'm done with this. Whenever we finish this, I'm out. I'm going to do something else in my life. I can't do this no more. I can't live. I don't want to be in prison, or worse, I don't want to be dead." So he's like, "Let's go to the funeral. Let's get this over with, and I'm out." So we go to the funeral.
Do they talk about extraction from the triad at all? Because this is something I had my ear open to, but I never caught anything in the game. When you leave the Yakuza, you either leave dead or you have to escape through, like, witness protection. You know? Leaving the triads, is it as easy as just being like...
They don't really say...
2 weeks notice?
They don't really say, man.
Yeah,
I am
didn't
not
think so.
100%... Like, I'm not the one to speak on the differences between Yakuza and Triad. All I know is one's Chinese, one's Japanese. That's all I know. And one...
I got them dirty knees, buddy.
And,
right here for you.
and I think that, you know, the Yakuza I typically know a little bit more about just because they're, you know, more based on, like, honor and respect and stuff like that. And the Triads, I don't know. I've always thought Triads to be a little bit more dirty. You know what I'm talking about?
That seems to be how they're portrayed in media. But that's also...
Also,
we think about
the first place I ever saw Triads was in GTA 3, and they're like, "These are bad guys."
Dude, I knew them from Rush Hour. You mentioned Jackie Chan earlier.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
That's where I learned about the triad. But I know about, you know, what I know about Yakuza comes from YouTube videos about the Yakuza. But initially, the video game series Yakuza, which is a Japanese perspective on the Yakuza, so they're going to frame it like in as best a way they can, whereas Sleeping Dogs is made by Canadians. Not that you know, these Canadians, they hate Hong Kong. It's not that, but
oh man, but yeah, I like the funeral mission's really cool. We're over here mourning the loss
this one's crazy.
of Uncle Po, and then even Jackie's like, "Dude, why are the 18?"
Dude, hold on, wait. Did we miss the line from Pindrew, or has it not happened yet? I might be getting my timeline mixed up. The line about Uncle Po.
Yeah, well, I just talked about it. We just talked about he had mentioned Uncle Po being dead, and we were like, how did
I miss that?
How? Yeah. I said he was like, "Oh yeah," with Uncle Po's death, and he was like, "How'd you know about that?" And he's like, "Oh, news
My bad.
travels fast."
When you were doing that, I was doing some research into something because I wanted to clarify. His name is Ben Jordan, the YouTuber.
Oh.
The other guy I mentioned is a lunatic weirdo.
Yeah, we went off on a tangent.
Don't watch him. So that it's important I made that distinction, but that was such a huge line for Pindrew to just drop.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, what are you talking about? Because I'll just tell you, dude.
He pulled a Mad Eye Moody. He pulled a what's his name? He's like, I never told you I saw Voldemort in a graveyard. And he's like,
yeah, there
really
you
bad
go.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert
exactly.
for Goblet of Fire.
Dang it!
But no, the 18K are straight posted up. They're just watching us at the funeral, and not making it easy for us to mourn the passing of Uncle Po. And we have Ricky, we got Pockmark, we got Broke Nose, Wei Shen, Jackie, and Big Smile Lee all in the same place. And Pindrew shows up, man. Pindrew shows up to arrest. Is it the 18? No, he's arresting Sonny. He's arresting Sonny.
Oh, right. Yes.
Just like we had talked about, but he's doing it at the funeral.
Yeah.
As a show of power. And then Wei Shen shouts at Pindrew in front of everybody, like, kind of like, "Yeah, you can't do this. This is a funeral. Why don't you show some respect?"
Yeah.
And Pindru says something back like, why don't you? The 18K are about to do this city a great public service, and anyone who stays here deserves what they get.
Anyone.
Anyone.
Looking at you, Wei. Looking at you, Wei
Pointing
Shen.
directly at Wei Shen.
Yeah. Wei Shen, I'm talking to you, Wei Shen. I know you from a different life.
The cops being at the funeral was the only thing stopping the 18K from encroaching upon the Sun On Yee and ruining the funeral. And so the 18K start fighting. They pull out their guns, and we got us a gunfight through the cemetery.
This was the first time I had the game when I tried to take cover and then jump over. The game said, you're going to the back of the cemetery. I got all the way down to the front, killing all the dudes. And then their glitch happened, and it literally shot me back up to where Uncle Po was.
Oh, yeah, I think it happened to me here as well. That's happened to me a couple times.
It happened to me one time after this. I had that happen twice in the game.
Yeah, with the gunplay, you probably see it in my gameplay. I got to the point where I vault over something really fast and go in slow motion and just try to connect as many headshots as possible. Because other than that, the gunplay is just not... It's not a fun cover shooter of a game.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
it's
I'm
not.
saying?
Cover shooting can be fun, but this game is... The fun in this game is not in the gun combat.
Yeah, and so at some point we were getting shot by like a guy with a grenade launcher, and you get to use the grenade launcher, and that's fun. You get to just blow everything up. It's a pretty action-packed mission, and they were just sending so many people, dude. I mean, you probably kill at least like 4 dozen guys by the end of this mission.
It's amazing how many people they're able to throw into these encounters, whereas Wei Shen's like, I've got me.
Yeah. It's just a one-man army. But yeah, after all the shooting's done, everyone comes inside, and Big Smile Lee is like, look, he's been pretty quiet. Big Smile Lee's been pretty quiet, but he's really shown his true colors here. He's like, look, we got to deal with the 18K and the police. We can't let this go on. Where's 2chin at? They're like, oh, he's in hiding because of his, he's secluding himself because of his superstitious stuff. And Big Smile Lee's basically like, okay, y'all need to make me the chairman right now, or things will be incredibly disastrous for the Sun On Yee. Because I am the strongest, I'm the coolest, I'm the toughest. Look at this big old scar.
I'm the scarredest.
Yeah, look at my big smile. That's why they call me Big Smile Lee. And you gotta remember, Ricky also works for Big Smile Lee, so he has to have his back. And
yeah, that's a tough one.
And Broke Nose is like, we gotta have a what's it called? It's like the traditional. It's like a vote, pretty much.
An election.
An election, yeah. I guess that's what they're gonna call it. I'm just trying to scrub it real fast. I don't want to pass it up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It is old Broke Nose. We have to elect, and he says you're a woman.
Yeah, Broke Nose.
You can't talk about the code.
Yeah, and then Wei Shen's like, I agree with Broke Nose, and he's like, what? Who are you? Who are you even? You've only been here for like the past couple months. This is our lives. Who are you to tell? You don't have any say in this matter. And then Pockmark, being probably the best person in this entire game, is like, we do need to follow tradition, because if we do something too fast, it could be rash and we could make mistakes. We don't. I do love the
jade statue glistening in the background while they beef.
I had already picked mine up, so it wasn't there. But yeah, Pockmark.
Yeah, intense conversation, and a conversation that really kind of establishes your all the sort of groups, you know.
Yeah. So we got Broke Nose, who's like we said, woman living in a man's world, trying to do the best for who she can in the least corrupt kind of way.
Plus Pockmark.
Pockmark.
He's with her now.
Pockmark is just on the way of like tradition and doing things the right way.
But my point is that he's now with her. He left because Poe is dead. It's like, he's her guy.
He's like the advisor. And I guess he's advising her because Big Smiley obviously doesn't want to be advised. He wants to just be the ruler and do whatever it is he wants to do. And that brings us to our next mission, Civil Discord. This mission is crazy.
Is this the one?
Like, we had to go back to North Point, kind of like where we were in the beginning of the game, dude. And everything is out of control. Like, this old dude's getting the crap kicked out of him. All of our boys.
We meet up with Curtis.
Yeah, we meet with Curtis. We meet up with Conrad and some of our other wind pants wearing droogs, and man, we just have a knockout drag out fight. I mean, it is just insane. We're dropping engine blocks on people, throwing them into band saws or whatever.
Circular saws.
Dude, it is crazy.
This mission truly has everything that this game offers. It's got police chases, gunfights, punching faces, old people in distress.
They told me that they were going after the restaurant, and I got immediately like pumped up because I was like, no one will mess with Mrs. Chu. Mrs. Chu is my one of my favorite characters in this entire game. We're going after. We gotta go save Mrs. Chu, and we go in there. I can't remember exactly how it happens, but like somebody like has us dead to rights, don't they? Like with a gun.
They gun in Wei's face, and she shows up with that cleaver.
Yeah.
And cleaves him.
The mythical weapon. Like if this was an RPG, Mrs. Chu's cleaver would be like a mythic item.
Definitely.
Dude,
so. Actually, that's so fun.
Mrs. Chu, yeah, she hacks him like right in his his shoulder, and like leaves it in there and spits on him like a gangster, dude.
Now has a cleft shoulder.
Oh God, man, he's dead. He just falls over immediately. And then we go outside and it turns into a gunfight. Man, there is just,
and it lasts forever. This is like maybe the longest or one of the longest shooting segments in the game because they just keep coming at you.
Yeah, this mission. It goes on for quite some time, but I mean, it's like at some point Curtis is like, "Hey, check this out!" He's got a giant grenade launcher. He's like, "There's unlimited ammo here." It's literally. Did you have to go back and get any ammo? It's in like
one time.
It's like in a little luggage.
I know, dude. I walked up and I was like, "How do I use this weird thing?"
It's in a little luggage. I just imagined this whole time Curtis. I'm calling him Curtis on purpose because it's funny. But Curtis has had a little luggage full of grenades. He's just waited for this moment, and he just rolled up.
I know. Hello Kitty backpack
this
with
catwalk
some
or whatever it is that we're on.
Molotovs.
Blasting people, dude. I mean,
dude, I want to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this section of just shooting people with grenades goes on for so long, and it's fun.
It does. You get so many triad points here. This was the first place I ever used the shotgun, and you told me a couple episodes back that the shotgun sucks, and it does, and I'll tell you why it sucks. However, when you have a scene like this with so many enemies, the super, I don't know how many different types of shotguns they have, but the one that's like super tactical and like military style or whatever. Dude, you can empty your full clip or whatever in like 5 seconds. So I would run through when you're in the streets segment before you get the grenade launcher. I'm just bop 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 reload bop 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 bop. Like it cleaned out crowds faster than any Max Payne slow-mo even, dude. That shotgun in that mission, because I tried it later and it wasn't as good. But when they're close and they're clustered,
they gotta be real close.
You can make sprays of blood all over.
I think
Hong
the
Kong.
problem with it is because I love shotguns in games, dude. I love a good shotgun, especially a pump. But it shoots the same projectiles, the same like bullets come out.
Like the same spread?
Yeah, like the same size projectiles. Like if you shoot a pistol or an AR or whatever in this game, it's the same projectile coming out. It's just coming out at a different speed or a different spread. And the shotgun, because like if you go in slow motion, you can watch it. It just looks like actual like bullets just spreading out. And
well, dude,
they needed to have more projectiles in a smaller space to represent how a shotgun works better.
Maybe that's why Wei was able to tank that shotgun blast to the face later. But that's interesting because what you do find with that stupid shotgun, and this is what makes it suck, is if they're at like a middle distance. And you have them in your sights, like the cursor is red and it's on them, you can blast right to the face and the spread goes like
it's like a cone. It's like a cone shape. It's
so silly. That happens so many times.
If you shoot someone, if you point at someone with a shotgun, like from, I don't know, 6 feet away in slow motion, it's like that should just be missed. It just be, I mean, depending if it's a buckshot or bird.
Yeah, you're
shot.
right. You're right.
Either way, it should be a 100% hit. It's like shooting like clay discs with a shotgun. You don't even have to really.
Yeah, be
you
close.
aim in the general direction and you just shoot and it
counts
and it blows it up.
Yeah, you're not shooting a slug or a. Like, you don't have to be pinpoint.
Yeah.
But with this stupid shotgun, because it only has 6 BBs, in the shell, in the
Yeah,
casing,
and they're
you can avoid your target by just shooting perfectly.
Yeah, they just made a spread of like 9mm projectiles, and it
Yeah.
just I don't know, it's frustrating.
So I'll say, in that one mission, when you're on the street and there are dudes just all in your vicinity, you can dust them so quickly. But it seems like that's the
Yeah,
only place that it's
I
good.
think I did the same thing. I used a shotgun on a mission. I think it was this one, and it worked pretty well. Or maybe it was the next mission with guns. Either way, we wrap up this just huge battle on the streets. I did want to say really fast that this mission is what made my brain click that they were making a multiplayer Sleeping Dogs universe game called Triad Wars. I remember being really excited for it. It ended up not taking off. I think it went into beta. And then it got canceled before they could even do like an open beta or anything like that. But I remember seeing the clips. It was just before GTA 5. You know, it was more of like a gang war, like territory action, open world GTA style game. Because GTA 4 kind of stepped away from that. And before GTA 5, we didn't have a lot of like that gangland flavor in the main line itself, being Grand Theft Auto. Because they went for a different theme with GTA 4. But I remember seeing this and be like, man, it'd be so cool just like group up with your buddies and just go to drive-bys and do that low-level, like Winston Choose gang stuff.
That's what I want. I want the low level. The high roller stuff is just like,
it's not
I guess
fun.
that would be
it's not the cool stuff.
it would be like a management simulator or something. Like that's kind of lame. You want to be on the ground shooting the gun.
So yeah, after we finish all that, we actually drive over to Ricky's house, and then we pop in there, and he pulls a gun, and luckily we have we've got Curtis with us, and Curtis disarms him. He's like, look, man, we just want to talk.
Yeah, Curtis is good.
Like Big Smile Lee's coming. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill her. He's out of control. You have got to get out of here. And so and he's like, I don't have a choice, man. I worked for Sonny. He's gone. I got to report to somebody. Big Smile leaves him. And him and Vivian kind of get into a little spat here because he thinks that Wei Shen is a traitor because he thought that Wei Shen hooked up with Vivian. And she's like, no, he didn't. We didn't do anything. Which, the smooth long play by Wei Shen, by the way, because that investment paid off big time.
Dude, that is a Telltale Games. They will remember this moment for Wei Shen.
Ricky got telltaled, bro.
Yeah, in the scene where she gropes Wei, you in a Telltale game, you would have X to deny, Y to accept, B to slap her or whatever. Wei Shen pressed X. He got the she will remember that bonus, so that in this conversation, when Ricky says, Wei, you bastard, she goes, tut, buddy, you pressed Y. He pressed X.
Yeah. And she's like, you never said no.
Yeah, you didn't say no. He's the only one who ever did, which kind of sucks, dude. It sucks for this whole relationship is just poison.
It sucks for Ricky because Ricky seems like a really nice guy. Like he seems like one of the better triads in this entire situation, and he's just.
It does make you like. It makes me
maybe
question
that's why.
him though.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Working with elements like Sonny and Big Smile is not good for your reputation.
Yeah.
I mean, it is if all you care about is money and power, sure. But if you give a crap about your sort of like morals, then this dude he's in a bad spot. And this thing with Vivian is he's got to get his feelings untangled, dude. It's not good.
Yeah, but
for either of them.
We set him loose though. He gets out of there. I got to pull up my next batch of gameplay.
Okay,
I had to play in 2 sessions. So after this we go to meet with
Raymond.
Raymond, that's correct. And Raymond's like, look, I'm doing this off the record. Pindra doesn't know I'm here. Look, I never wanted you for this job. I know we have our differences. And like you had mentioned in that other episode, he's like about what happened in San Francisco and what happened with Dog Eyes. I don't agree with any of that. But he's telling, he's like, yeah, we got. Pindra's been promoted. He's gonna go to Interpol. We gotta go. We gotta go. Just make good with him, and just get him out of our lives. So he used us as stepping stones to get to where he is. But we gotta smooth it over and just he's gone, and Hong Kong is left. All the pieces are left with us now. Big Smile Lee's gonna take over all this stuff, and we get a call from Jackie. And so we pick up the phone, and we're like, Jackie, not right now, because we're in our meeting with our handler, which is the worst possible time to be taking a call. And it's not Jackie on the other side of the phone. It's one of Big Smile Lee's guys. And he's like, hey, come to this place unarmed if you want your friend to live.
I gotta tell you, dude, this was a fun one for me because so that meeting with Raymond leaves you on like the docks in the sort of harbory area. And I was running around. I went and I bought a bird. I got some noodle soup or fish tail or whatever. I bought a bird from my apartment. I got my food and I went to the masseuse, who turned out to be a dude, and he gave me a regular massage. That was crazy. I didn't expect that. I thought they were all rub and tugs, but
they just need strong fingers, man. Get those deep muscles.
Apparently so. But as I was leaving the masseuse, a couple was walking in, and the lady had an umbrella, and the dude was just ahead of her. And so I did a running kick, kicked the man just for no reason, and then kicked the lady as well. And took her umbrella. And took her umbrella because I wanted to see if the game would register it as a weapon. He told me to come unarmed. So I ran the 300 meters because I didn't want to risk the game taking the umbrella away from me for any reason. So I didn't use a vehicle. I didn't do anything but just run there with my umbrella. And whenever you get to the meeting with the dudes, this is a stupid point, but I thought it was funny. You get to the meeting with the dudes, and they're like, glad to see you made it. He pats you down. They take the stupid umbrella.
Really?
So I was going to use it in combat.
Wow. I didn't have anything on me, so they just let me through. They were like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, surely.
That's cool that they have that there. I mean, I guess anything that you store on your person is considered a weapon. I mean, if you're Wei Shen.
Put it in the back pocket or whatever, and then the mission started.
Yeah, so we get over here. We fight a bunch of thugs, beat the mess out of them, and we defeat Horseface.
Yeah, that was a big fight.
Yeah, we beat up Horseface and we threatened him on the table saw. We're like, tell us where Jackie is, or I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, oh no, I don't know where he is. I promise. You gotta find this other guy, so you have to hack the phone to find out where he is. He's just down the street. And then you have a little motorcycle chase. And then after the motorcycle chase, let's see, we beat up.
Got a boat time.
This other guy who knows where Jackie is.
The guy in the suit.
Yeah, that was a tough fight.
Yeah, it was.
He has a knife and he just will not drop it. So you beat him up, and then we find out that through the phone, there's like a text message from somebody. It says like, oh yeah, I buried him on Magazine Island. Yeah. And so we call Old Salty Crab.
The crab.
And we're like, yeah, we got to call the crab. And we're like, hey, crab, I need a boat and I need a gun at the docks. I got to get to Magazine Island. And he's like, yo, Wei Shen, you're a beautiful man. I will get that for you. And then he brings it.
If you'll just let me kiss you one time. Kiss you.
He drops off what we asked for. And then we get this boat sequence, which, once again, talking about boats, pretty boring. When you're in a boat, you just go straight, and then you turn around
and the
and
boats
shoot.
In this game are not good.
No,
they're really bad.
Yeah, it does not feel good to drive the boats in this game. And then shooting, we don't have any tires. We don't have any tires to shoot. So you just you're shooting these guys, and they're like flying out of the boats into the water.
It's not fair. It's not fair they don't have tires. Did you end up under any boats in this? Because I managed to get underneath one of the enemy boats.
No, not quite.
I rammed him and just like, here's him and here's me. I just went whoop, and like I was driving with him on top of me.
Obviously, this game has issues with boats with dog eyes.
I did enjoy that. So that was the best part of the boat.
So yeah, you go to Magazine Island, and I don't know if it's just because they didn't bury him deep, but Jackie's just kind of in a box.
They didn't try.
Yeah, they didn't try very.
Dude, and like burying a coffin on the beach is the best way to not have a victim found, because it's all disheveled sand. The whole beach is disheveled sand.
Yeah.
So like you dig up a hole deep enough for a casket and then put sand on top, and it looks the same as every other part of the beach. They didn't do anything.
And this is a Chinese beach. I don't know if Chinese beaches look any different than American beaches, but that's true. There's a beach not too far on the coastline from here, and it's pretty gross. It's not a beach that I would want to go to.
This looks like a decent beach that you might take an Instagram picture on.
There's like barrels and stuff on the beach.
That's true.
Laying around. But yeah, we saved Jackie, and he's really, man, he is just traumatized. He is like, I'm out, I'm done.
Yeah.
Get
He
me out
punches
of
the
here.
sand.
Yeah, we bring him back, and then he's like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm out, man. I'm just gonna go for a walk. And Wei Shen's like, don't do anything stupid, man. And he's like, I'm not. He just goes. Which brings us to, we had to go to our apartment.
Famous last words.
Yeah, we had to go to our apartment to sleep. I took off my sunglasses because I wanted to see Wei Shen's eyes.
See if they were bloodshot, like crying.
Well, I don't know. It's always raining or dark or night. I don't like my characters wearing sunglasses at night, so I just took them off. Yeah, we get to the election, and these next two missions kind of count as one mission. Like, there's no in between. You just go straight from this mission to the next one, and that's the election and Big Smile Lee. So the election, we get a text message from Jackie, and he's like, hey, Wei Shen, I got to show you something. Meet me over here. We get to the meeting spot, and we start calling him because he's not there, and we hear his phone ringing. It's around the corner, and when we round the corner, Jackie has been strung up and disemboweled, dude. Like
I'm gonna hit you with something. They Lucy and LeChance to this man.
Oh, I don't know. They didn't. I mean, that seemed.
It wasn't that bad.
Lucy and LeChance is even worse, man.
It was worse. Lucian's was worse, but it was of that genre.
Oh man,
of murder.
I'm nervous about putting this footage on YouTube. I don't think I don't know if maybe I can learn how to censor or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just put a black bar over his.
I'll put a
genitals.
blur or something. I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Good opportunity for me to learn editing. Hey, by the way, if you like the editing on this show, leave it in the comments. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it looks okay.
It looks great.
I think it looks fine. No education, no previous experience outside of like doing a few things. So I'm learning here. If you have any,
looks good.
If you have any pointers, let me know. So yeah, we get knocked out. Some dude hits us in the back of the head with a gun. And I remember this mission vividly, dude. I remember playing this mission, like replaying this mission because I liked playing it so much. And Mr. Tong, an associate of Big Smile Lee, is going to torture us, and he knows that we're a cop, which means that Big Smile Lee knows that we're a cop, and we're in trouble, man.
And it raises the question: how did they find out?
Jackie's dead. Wei Shen is potentially compromised, and we get tortured, dog. I'm talking Wei Shen. What a man! He's getting cut up with razor blades, power drill through the thigh, hit with a hammer, and he passes out. As I would have passed out a lot sooner. I'd have been like, "What you want to know? I'll tell you exactly what you want. I don't want to know this."
They pull out the nail clippers and they're like, "Those toenails need work." I'd be like, "Buddy, I'll tell you where the president is. I'll give you his daughter."
But yeah, we pass out. Excuse me. And Mr. Tong is like, "Hey, wait, come get me when he wakes up. It's not a rush. I like to take my time with these guys."
I wish they had embraced the moment and given him like. Those really hot like they heat them up or whatever, those giant tongs. They should.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought he was gonna pull some tongs out because he's Mr. Tong.
That's a very that's an old school kind of mob fiction thing to do. Like I'm a clamp-ya. Remember that joke from Futurama?
Yeah. Oh, it's Billy Bats, because he hits people with bats.
That's right. Or the eraser, I'll rub you out.
I'll rub you out. See.
Yeah, Eraserhead.
Oh man, what a great one! Nia Noodle.
That's it.
Yeah, so you remember the bad guys are taking off and that dude's head is flat on his face. Oh man,
I love old school animation.
Old school Looney Tunes. Anyways, yeah,
Bugs Bunny had some crazy lines.
We have to we gotta cut ourselves out of these restraints and we strangle people. Classic video game walking slow. I hate it in every game.
They're the worst.
Can we just get rid of that trope? That is a horrible thing. It never works. It never works in any game. It's always there's such a little sweet spot with it. I mean, you gotta hit it. Some games it goes on for
you gotta get a Lenny.
So far too long. Red Dead does it okay, but like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the part in Nibelheim, I was like, oh my god, what did they do? This is taking so long.
Yeah.
This is way too long. But yeah, we had to fight our way down this just giant tower of like penthouse apartments that's like under construction. And there's plenty of environmental attacks to be had. I actually missed one. I wanted to hit a guy on the overhead stove thing, but I ended up slamming his head in the freezer.
Oh, the cooktop?
Yeah,
dude. They get truly
I'm
baked.
throwing people down elevator shafts. I'm hitting them against the drywall. I mean, you name it. If it glows red, I'm throwing somebody into it immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, absolutely.
And
one thing I wanted to say about the stumbly poison thing that these games often do, it's a really annoying way that AAA developers try to, like, impose difficulty without testing your skill. It's not like a test of skill.
Yeah.
It's just a push forward, and I guess like later when
in
Wade's
recent history
and in a fight.
Recent history, Resident Evil 9 did it pretty good. You know, spoiler alert, or you know, there's a part where the character you're playing as is kind of affected by something, and then they will very randomly get that slowdown.
Have coughing fits and stuff.
Randomly.
Yeah,
it's different every time you play. Trust me, I played
that
game
that is
like
a better
6
way
times.
to do it.
But yeah, we're shooting. I mean, there's shooting segments, there's fighting segments. I mean, it is a long mission. All kinds of just bombastic stuff. I'm talking propane tanks to blow up.
Parkour through the scaffolding.
Yeah, parkour, buildings falling apart because it's under construction and we're just tearing it up. But I think my favorite part about this mission is that somewhere in all of this, I guess some of this stuff is functional because they're having like a barbecue. They're barbecuing outside. There's a sauna. They're just relaxing in the sauna.
Yeah, they're like it seems like they're building a nightclub in this one room, and guys are just hanging out around the TV, like kind of having a good time.
It's really odd. But yeah, we beat up some guys in the sauna. And then that's when
that's a Yakuza moment.
That is a
big Yakuza moment. Beating up dudes in dowels.
in a sauna. It kind of reminds me of Tokyo Drift when he has to go get the
good movie.
The money from the guy inside the sauna. He just gets He's like I look for the guy with the bear claw or something like that on his shoulders. This humongous guy, and they throw him out.
Man, what's the deal with gangster fiction and sauna beef? Sauna
I don't know,
fights.
man. Sauna culture is different, man, over there. You know, saunas and stuff over here for like the rich people. Only rich people, at least in my opinion, in American culture, like only like the high class people are in like saunas and like
or like gym bros and stuff
and spas. But I mean, like in like a lot of Japanese, I guess Chinese culture, at least representation in the stuff that we play.
And Scandinavian, European countries.
They had in like Tokyo Drift, Persona 5. I mean, it's one of the things you go do in Persona 5. I mean, and you live kind of in the ghetto in that game. It's like, and the bathhouse is like right there. Anyways, I was actually watching this YouTube channel, Total Tangent, where like they were talking about American visitors or otherwise, like visitors from other countries, and what do they do that makes you upset? And they were like, "Oh, I hate that they don't shower off before they get in the bath, you know, because it's different.
You know how
it's different.
You know how they pour the water on the hot coals. Well, I went to do that one time, but I didn't have the water, so I peed, and it made yellow steam, and it sent everyone out, and I had the sauna to myself.
So, yeah, back to the game. We actually pee, as Wei Shen, we pee on the coals, and we smoke out Mr. Tong, and he falls.
The triad bonus.
He falls off the building. Yeah.
Trying to run away from our urine vapor.
So yeah, we get another fight. It's one of those like one-on-one fights. He's got a weapon. You know you're just going to be countering the majority of the time. I hate that the one-on-one fights just kind of turn into that. And we counter. I actually missed this quick time event. And he like, if I wouldn't have my health all the way full, he would have killed me. I mean, he really gets you. But you eventually counter him and stab him with his own machete, and you get a text or you hear his phone going off. You pick up his phone, and it says, "Meet me when you're done with Wei Shen. We're gonna deal with Broke Nose Jang next." And it says "Big Smile Lee" in the biggest, boldest text you've ever seen on the phone, so we know who it is. And so,
thanks, guys. Thanks, developers.
So we step out. I wasn't wearing a suit. I had a suit. I guess we just picked up a random suit on the way out, and
I don't like that, dude. I do not like when they do that. I want the Mountain Master Triad set. It looks dumb. puffy vest.
I want my clothes. I want the clothes that
Yes.
I pick. Unless the mission calls for it,
For sure.
When you going to rob the
us in the
Riverboat
Shaolin
Casino,
Temple.
you need the tuxedo. Makes sense. Yeah, the Shaolin Temple makes sense. But I want my guy to look like how I want him to. But we walk out of here with machete in hand. By the way, I kept the machete.
Dude, this blade is incredible. It's like the. Go ahead.
And we go to Big Smile Lee's compound, and it's this huge like restaurant. With all kinds like kind of industrial stuff around. And I mean, I'm just cutting people up. You're shooting people. You're fighting through everything. And you eventually, I mean, other than like just kind of more and more action that like this whole mission has just been set piece action.
Yeah.
We eventually catch up with Big Smiley and Ponytail. Remember Ponytail?
Of course.
But before we,
kind of goes out like a punk.
oh yeah, no, I shot him up like Scarface, man. Just
We did,
lit him
yeah.
up.
He didn't get a rematch. Not in the sense that the first fight was. The first fight was a real fight. This one was just like you got about 5 seconds to live.
Yeah, and so we walk into the door to go get Big Smile Lee, and he straight up blasts Wei Shen in the shoulder with a shotgun blast. Shame on Big Smile Lee. He obviously doesn't use guns very often because there was for some reason only one shell in that shotgun. Or it's jammed.
And
one of the two.
he doesn't know the physics of his own game's shotguns and how pathetic they
that's
are.
why.
Yeah.
So we get this chase scene, and this part where you have to run and jump on the boat, I totally missed because I ran the entire length of the dock because I didn't think I was gonna be able to make the jump, and so I just missed the jump. And then he just drives off the horizon, and you just see Wei Shen's head just watching him.
Dang it!
Anyway, I restarted like right after that.
When you were talking about action hijack and like sticking to it even when you can't reach, that happened here. I was not in reach, but I jumped.
That's why I thought I wasn't gonna make the jump. But look, even
absurd.
funnier, I had a glitch where Big Smile Lee turns around, like he turns around to shoot Wei Shen with the gun. But Wei Shen, on my screen, I don't know if he was still holding on or not, but he T-posed. And he went, and he just went shot back in the water. Like,
That's really good. Dude, what happened to your game?
I don't know, man.
That's so weird.
He went,
Maybe that's why the definitive edition had worse reviews.
Maybe so. I don't remember having any of these issues when I played it on PS4, by the way. I played this originally on PS3. I bought it again on PS4 when the definitive edition came out. I bought it on sales, like $3. And same thing here. I bought this one for like $3 on Steam, and so I'm playing on Steam.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
that frame rate is worth it. For those bugs are worth it for the frame rate.
Well, I don't have my PS4 hooked up right now, but we were reading how the PS5 has issues with backwards compatibility.
It crashes and stuff.
So yeah, we fight Big Smile Lee in kind of a bummer of a fight, by the way. But before we fight him, he tells us he knows that we are cop. We were sold out by Pendrew. We were supposed to be dead at the wedding. We were supposed to be dead then.
That's right.
All this stuff that's been happening has been because of Big Smile Lee has been in bed with Pendrew, and Pendrew's been using him to make his way up to better his career, and then he was just going to leave Big Smile Lee in charge of everything and have him pick up the pieces, and that was kind of their deal. That's why he didn't care. Now, there was something, I can't remember, what did I say at the very beginning of this episode to remember, because I don't remember. It was something Pendrew said.
That you've been flirting with this guy at work and y'all are really getting close. Is that it?
No, I can't. Yeah, I think that was it. I can't remember. It was something.
Gosh, I remember you saying that.
It was
too,
something
dude,
that if you knew in retrospect, it was a very small clue that he was working with Big Smile Lee.
Asking about Uncle Poe?
Maybe so.
That was the moment where it was clear to me.
Yeah, and so we beat up
that he had an involvement in Uncle Poe's death. That's what I was.
There was something before that. I can't remember what.
Well,
it was.
the connection to Big Smile Lee. Yeah, that would have been a different quote. Yeah. But I don't know
I'll play the footage back in a second. But yeah, we beat up Big Smile Lee and we shove him in an ice chipper.
Yeah.
And grind him to nothing. And yeah,
the developers know the game they made. Raymond, that is how. Yeah, in this game, that's how the bad guy should go out.
And Raymond meets up with us. He's like, "Look, man, Pendrew's out. He's up for promotion with Interpol. He's done with us. Like I was saying before, we're here to pick up the pieces." And he was like, look, Wei Shen tells Raymond that Pendrew was dirty, and he outed him to Big Smile Lee, and he's been behind most of the stuff that's been taking place. And Raymond's like, dude, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's he's in such a position of power now. None of this matters. You have no evidence of anything. He writes the books. Even if you came up and testified against him, it's your word against his, and he's more powerful than you. So there's nothing you can do. So let's get out of here. Let's get you cleaned up. And it's nice because Raymond understands Wei Shen's perspective now. And it's one of those things that I told you is a philosophy that I like to live by as well. Even though you don't agree with someone, understanding their perspective. And Raymond kind of came around on that. And we get...
I don't think that you could have an honest agreement or disagreement if you don't understand their perspective, but people take it for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
I see debates happen all the time. I've had debates in my own life about various things where it's like you literally do not understand the topic we're discussing, but you have such a dramatic, comprehensive, passionate opinion on
Sometimes passion can be misplaced, but understanding.
You have to understand.
Some people
you have to understand.
Some people just need help channeling and concentrating that passion, and Raymond got that. He got that viewpoint from Wei Shen.
Yeah,
especially after
he came around
after he found out that I think he kind of pieced it together that Pendrew was crooked as well. And then we get kind of like a little flash forward. And we see Wei Shen in his regular police guy clothes. He's just wearing like his little suit clothes. And he comes home to his apartment. And I don't know if it said how many months it was after. I'm assuming it was a couple months after all this happened. And he's got an envelope that says from Aunt Jang, from Broke Nose.
That's right.
And it's a USB drive. And
so, did we... Okay, yes, the USB drive. He gets the
USB and he plugs it in his computer because it's a gift from Broke Nose. And he plugs it in, and we see footage from the hospital of Pendrew he went to Uncle Poe's room. He had been working with Uncle Poe. And Uncle Poe was doing it in a good way, all the ways it meant well. And he was no longer of any use to Pendrew, and Pendrew killed him. Pendrew murdered Uncle Poe. Because when we found out that Uncle Poe died in our last section, it just kind of happened off screen.
Yeah, it was very confusing for me, not knowing where the story went.
And we were like, well, I guess it makes sense. He got shot up. He's old.
But the thing that was confusing was that you talked to him in the hospital, and he's like, "I'm doing okay, boys." So they're communicating to us that he's on the path to health.
In medical,
and then he dies out of the blue.
In medical stuff like that, sometimes that stuff happens. Sometimes someone's just fine, and then their body gives up. I mean, it happens. But
certainly, this isn't that story.
No, but one of the best things is how the meeting with Pendrew goes after this. We have him like he's in like prison clothes, and Wei Shen gets to throw the book at him. And he turns off the camera, kind of like the tables are turned now, and it feels really good because he's like, "What do you want me to say?" And then Wei Shen throws down that picture of him in the room, and Wei Shen's like, "Hey, all your old buddies are gonna be waiting for you in prison. By the way, all those people that you put away, all those people that you framed, like in the beginning of the game, all those people that you unjustly put in prison, they're all gonna be in prison." Waiting for you. And he's like, dude, that's a death sentence. And he's like, yeah, that's the plan. He's like, I won't survive a day in there. And then Wei Shen's like, whatever, slams the door.
Prison justice, dude. Rorschach. Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man. This is something that you see for the worst of the worst bad guys. Yep. The people who are ostensibly working on the side of the law and using their position of power for corruption, personal gain, all that sort of thing. The best justice for them is to face the people that they screwed and let those people have their moment. Yeah,
and then we get to go meet Inspector Tang in the park. And you're like, hey, thanks so much for keeping me in the game. Me doing helping you complete those cases while I was, deep in the triad stuff. It helped me remind me who I am, what I'm supposed to be doing, kept me focused. And she's like, well, what are you going to do now? And he's like, I don't know. The job's over. I don't really have anything. And Hong Kong feels kind of like home, so I guess I'll stay here. And she is like, yes, but which Hong Kong? the just Hong Kong or the unjust Hong Kong. Obviously, it's the just Hong Kong because he just got justice for Pendrew. I don't think the black and white of Wei Shen is that much of a difference. You know, I think he's very obviously a unlawful good. Or chaotic good.
Chaotic good, yeah.
But then, most interestingly, we see Pock Mark and Jang in the limo in the back of the shot, and they're like, "What should we do about this Wei Shen guy? You know, he was a cop the whole time." And Salty Crab has a camera.
I know, dude, he's just filming him. He's like, "This is a handsome guy."
I think Salty Crab's not doing it for proof. I think he's just doing it because he likes Wei Shen.
Yeah, Jang's like, "Crab, are you filming again?"
But I love this
Put the camera away.
because Broke Nose Jang and Pockmark, they're just like, "Hey, it's okay. We know he was a cop. We don't want revenge or anything. What he did helped it. He fixed this.
Absolutely.
He got rid of Big Smiley. Everything has turned out the best way it could because of him, because he was a cop, because everything is because Wei Shen was here." So
that's exactly what I was saying in the last episode. Like, he's the greatest triad of a generation because he's a cop.
Yep, and she's like, yeah, just let him live. We're not gonna mess with him, and that's kind of how the game ends.
Yeah, they really seemed to be establishing in this ending moment a future for the series that I guess we may never see.
Yeah, that's the bummer.
Which is still a shame. Crazier things have happened. It would be nice if it came back. Came back because the GTA clone as a genre has really died. I mean, when was the last time you can even? I guess Mafia Old Country. Maybe that was the last.
I'd say Mafia.
But
they've
they've kind of carved their own niche while still retaining some of those kind of GTA clone ideas. But yeah, man, that's the story of Wei Shen.
Yeah, I'm scrubbing that gameplay to see what it was that Pendrew was talking about.
The thing that we needed to keep in mind.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. It's killing me.
That's frustrating. That's frustrating for the audience.
No, they probably know what it is.
Oh no, yeah, because they can go back and say it's at 13, 13th minute, 22nd second.
Yeah, who knows? Well, maybe I can
22nd second.
Maybe I can do something in post, or we'll talk about it in the next episode. But yeah, that's the game. I do feel like it ended kind of abruptly.
It did. It seemed so. I'll just tell you what I was feeling before the videotape that was sent by Broken Nose. I thought they were establishing Pendrew to be the main villain of Sleeping Dogs 2, to be the smile guy, to be that his kind of equivalent for Sleeping Dogs 2, because the guy the main bad was getting off, like he was getting off scot-free.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I wanted to. I think this might be what I wanted to remind us of, was every time Pendrew had us do something, the 18K wasn't far behind.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was trying to get at. Like at the hospital, Uncle Po dies, and there's a full frontal assault on the hospital. The abduction of Jackie, because they knew that was a way to get to Shin to make him vulnerable. All the stuff, like Big Smile Lee obviously was working with the 18K as well. And I don't know, it's just, I feel like they did a good job of kind of like making Pendrew kind of like the shadow villain. I mean, he very obviously had questionable morals, but you still sort of can understand why he was doing what he was doing. But leaving everything in the hands of Big Smile Lee obviously was a very horrible idea. But it's almost like the best ending you could possibly get. The Triads were kind of happy with how it turned out. The cops were kind of happy how it turned out. Is there still crime? Of course there is, but it's not by an unhinged maniac like Big Smile Lee.
I do have to wonder if that was the ending that they originally wrote, or if it was something that they had to kind of like put in there because of the development hell that the game went
That's
through.
what I was gonna say. I think a lot of this, I think for a game coming out of the coming out of development hell, I think this is a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing about this development hell concept. Like, there was a period of time where a game going through development hell meant that it was going to come out and suck. But we have entered this place, and Sleeping Dogs is an early example of this, because I think that this was still a common sentiment at that point. We've entered this time where development hell doesn't necessarily spell any or say anything about the game's quality.
What's most interesting about this particular case is that it went from like a bunch of different developers.
Yeah, it was several
publishers.
projects.
Final Fantasy 15, for example, that was all Square. Like that was all their stuff. It was all internal. This got passed around, and how many ideas stuck from old development and what was new? Well, I mean, I guess we'll never know unless we talk to one of the developers. But I think it's great. I think this game turned out really good. Glitches aside.
It's definitely, it deserves its kind of cult classic reputation, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, got this game for $3, man. $3, what a value.
I wonder how it sold. Let me see. Sales. Yeah, great game. Really enjoyed it. Of the 1.5, 1.7. Okay, lifetime. About 4.5 million.
I mean, it sold well enough to get a definitive edition, so
yeah, modest success for games that it it would be compared to. The games that it would be compared to are selling tens of millions. So maybe not the biggest commercial success of all time, not the biggest critical success of all time, but games like that are often the ones that become, or I guess they are by definitionally, the ones that become cult classics. But I mean, if you are looking for a cop drama, a Hong Kong action sort of spiritual successor, a mob crime fiction experience, you have to play Sleeping Dogs. And if you're listening to me right now, you should not be listening to me unless you play Sleeping Dogs. So I don't know. This is my plea to everyone who likes it, who likes crime fiction, to play Sleeping Dogs.
We're not done just yet. We're going to have one more episode. We're going to talk about some of the side activities. And you'll have to help me out with that one, Tyler, because I'm going to be playing mine just kind of in sequence after finishing the main chunk. So just kind of tell me about how it affected your gameplay as you got through the game. I'm just going to do them all in one fell swoop. And you want to do the DLCs as well?
I'll be doing the DLCs. That's really all I have left to play, because I did, during my playthrough of the game, I was doing all the races, the Kung Fu Island, like Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, I haven't
parody.
done that yet. The Zodiac tournament.
Yeah, Zodiac. We'll talk about that.
I remember it, but I didn't. There's like the car one. Did you do the car one?
Did the car one, got the crazy James Bond car. Yeah. We could talk about all that stuff. And the DLCs as well.
Yeah, and so the footage is probably not going to match up 100%. I'm probably just going to have some B-roll in the back. It's going to be like a bonus episode. But yeah, so for our next and final episode of the Sleeping Dog series, we'll be doing the DLCs and talking about side quest content that you may or may not have done.
Sounds great.
But I think that is.
I guess at that point we'll really kind of finalize review thoughts, because
I don't want to give it a
cooking
score.
in me.
Yeah, I don't want to give it a score or anything yet, and I'm gonna give it a score based off of what I remember it, how much I remember liking it versus playing it now.
Yeah, I want to hear your score from all the cumulative experience.
Yeah. From
then, now, and all the stuff that went in between.
Heck yeah. Other than that, do you have any other takeaways? I think the only thing I really wanted to bring up was just the weird glitches. I don't know why I got the weird glitches, but I think it's a PC thing.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe it was the definitive edition, the PC port. I don't know. Maybe that's the... If you wished for the 60 FPS, the monkey's paw gives you that 60 FPS.
Probably so.
But it gives you glitches as well, which makes for some good footage for the viewer. So.
Yeah, it does. Well, anyways, that is the show. We will see you next week. Remember, play those DLCs, do your side content. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Brandon.
I'm Tyler, and we are the Game Pack.